Chapter 5. Cassandra still had not opened the book the Monsignor gave her. It sat on her dresser as she wondered what to do with it. She could read a little, but didn't feel confident with the size of the tome. And there had been questions all along the way thus far. The book would surely only bring on more. It crossed her mind Alfred might help her read it, but she wasn't sure she wanted to take any more of his attention away from their studies. She could ask Bruce, but his work was also very time-consuming, especially trying to figure out what had gone on a few nights previous with the Penguin's men. There was Barbara, but she didn't even know everything Cassandra was currently experiencing. She hadn't taken the journey to the east side in the daytime in a while. Her vocabulary was decent enough to get her guidance from bus to bus until she reached her last stop, only a block or two from her destination. Cassandra checked her watch. She knew she was about half an hour early, but didn't feel bothered by that. She located the small house, more by the address than by memory, and knocked on the door a few times. When only silence answered her, Cassandra took a seat on the doorstep as cars continued to buzz through the streets, only once in a while looking down at the book and double-checking the rosary still in her left pocket, still unsure what to make of it. At last, the long yellow school bus stopped across the street. All sorts of teenagers came pouring out, but only one with long blonde hair concerned Cassandra. "Cassie? What are you doing here?" Stephanie fumbled around in her pockets for the front door key. "Waiting for you," Cassandra said. "Well, obviously. I meant why?" Stephanie unlocked the door and motioned her in. "My mom's covering some of the afternoon shifters, otherwise she'd have just let you in." Cassandra walked in slowly. The Brown home was small, but comfortable as she had remembered it the few times she'd been by for more than a passing moment. Stephanie was already busying herself by retrieving a large pitcher of tea from the fridge and pouring a glass about half full. Then she pulled a second pitcher of lemonade and filled it the rest of the way, which Cassandra observed with confusion and interest. "Is that normal?" "Arnold Palmer's? They're not unnormal," Stephanie said. When Cassandra gave her a blank look, she added, "I have no idea who that is either. But apparently he had good taste. Let me pour you one, and you can tell me what's up." Stephanie poured a second glass, mixed the contents around with a spoon she pulled from a drawer, and passed it to Cassandra. She had left the heavy tome on the kitchen table. Stephanie sighed a little, smiling and shaking her head. "How did I know it was going to come to this?" "Feeling distracted," Cassandra said. "I want to know what it means." "And you came to me for that?" Stephanie chuckled. "I told you, I'm a Batman girl. This is Superman stuff." Or whatever I said. Superman, Batman, God-man, Jesus-man, I don't remember. "But you said they had the same message," Cassandra continued. "You told me. Same message, very different execution." Stephanie uttered a sigh. "This is why they hook you when you're young. Keeps you from questioning things." "So, what, do you want me to read the whole thing to you?" "Not all at once," Cassandra said. Stephanie looked for a moment as if she was going to burst out laughing. Cassandra gave her a smile, though she wasn't quite sure why it solicited the reaction that it did, and sipped her drink. "I'm going to make Bruce pay for this." Stephanie regained her composure little by little. "Tutors really make good money." She took a sip of her own concoction before she laid a pat on Cassandra's back. "This really is a big deal to you, huh?" "I want to learn," Cassandra said. "Well, you're the only person I've ever known who could beat me in a my dad's worse than your dad contest. I guess this is an acceptable prize." She was smiling now. "And you're one of my best friends, so I'll see what I can do." She went to open the first page, but then muttered, "Great, it's one of those student Bibles," and began flipping through the pages quickly. "Probably just a lot of stuff on what a horrible person premarital sex makes you. You don't have to worry about it, and it's already too late for me." "What do you mean?" Cassandra asked. "Baby, remember?" "Ah, who am I kidding? Everybody's tried forgetting about it. Heck, I hoped I'd forget about it by now. I think." "I never forgot." Cassandra's words took Stephanie by surprise. "It says a lot. About you." "That I was... Who am I kidding? I am a stupid teenager?" Stephanie asked. "And that you were brave," Cassandra said. "How brave you would have to be. Don't know everything, but I know you had alternatives. Going to tell you now, believers don't exactly think I had another option." Stephanie laid a finger on an open page as if it was what she was looking for. It told you what to do back then? Sort of, Stephanie said. I mean, there is a lot of telling you what to do. It probably had some impact on my decision to see things through. But a lot of people, including me, think it's more important that it teaches you how to live. Not so much rule by rule, but telling you what you should value. Cassandra eyed Stephanie's hand as it slipped off the table slowly, before her fingers curled and gripped the fabric of her t-shirt over her stomach. I still think about it. I think about her more than I let anyone know. Even Tim. I wonder if I did the right thing when I gave her away without even getting a good look, but I never wondered if it was right to have her. Stephanie wiped at her eyes with her sleeve. I decided that, yeah. Prayer helped on that one. Cassandra rose, slipped some paper towels off a roll, and passed them to her. Stephanie smiled a little and blew her nose at the offering. She balled it up, threw it away, and sat back down. Maybe it was a good reminder about never being alone. I'm sorry, what am I doing? This isn't supposed to be my sobbing hour. It's supposed to be me helping you read this. It's all right, Cassandra said. Yeah, well, fair warning, Cass, I may be a terrible teacher. Stephanie let out one more sigh before turning to the book. You ready for this? All right, here we go. In the beginning, God created the heavens and